Pulse is a breathtaking and a heart-throbbing journey. Kind of pun intended. Okay, so let's get into the manga review. It's me, Xcalii over here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Manhwa Pulse. So, Pulse is probably one of the best manhwas I've ever read so far, and it's definitely in the top 3 best Yuri's manga and manhwa, kind of like both included together. Like, it is absolutely worth reading. So, let's get into the review. Our main characters are Len and Mel, the two female interests in the show. So, our character Len, let's start with her. She's the blonde girl who's shy in the story, and some reason, like when I first got into the show, I was really not feeling the like the heart surgeon and all that. Like I was like, okay, like fine, it's a cool concept, but at the end of the show, I thought the heart surgeon thing is just going to be kind of like a sideline, like a job which is just doing. But I'm actually quite satisfied that it plays a bigger role in the show. Like a lot of the times, world building, like which you don't see a lot in manga, and usually these kind of mangas, like they ignore what actual life is. Like they ignore, like they make everything like happy and all. Like they don't have to worry about actual life things. They care about more things like like relationship, which is of course like what we are looking for. But a lot of the times you want to see, also see kind of a reality in the show, which is portrayed really well in this manga or manhwa, sorry. And so then the neurosurgeon, or not neurosurgeon, the heart surgeon is plays a bigger role, which I do really like. Okay, so now get in the character Len, the shy person, the one which I'm just gonna throw that out. Mel is probably best girl in the show for me, because I personally felt like Mel went through a lot of shit, and I felt like, I'm not saying the Len is bad in any way, but I'm just saying I preferred Mel, and I really liked how she developed as a character. So Lynn, shy character, she's always, her body is really weak, and she always had the thought, or like she used to think that, or people only take care of her, or people only like her only because of her weak body, and that she's in a critical condition where health is a major priority for her, and then everybody takes care of her only because of her health situation. So then at one point she's like, is it really worth living? Like she's just gonna be a burden on other people, so like she doesn't want that to happen. Well, fast forward, we have Mel. She's in character who's the past. I like how we're introduced to it as we move on. There has to be, like, that's what I'm saying, like the start, she's shown as a stone cold person who feels like emotions and all that is for people who are not like this. It's not for, it's not a casual, it's not a a very professional thing, or she doesn't think that it's a thing which a person like her could ever fall in again. She's not that stone cold person, that cold hearted who would never open to love again. She's just like a person who's like one night stand or whatever, like just sex, like no actual love between them. That's what she thought, because of the events which led to her, like distrusting, or like having that, losing trust in love is a thing. Well, Mel, okay. So then, like you see her, like like the show starts off with her, just like being the stone cold person she is, making out with almost every other girl in the show, and that's pretty much it. Like at that point, a lot of people, like I personally have to give a big shout out to the author Ratana Satis. I probably screwed it up, but the author, it's amazing. The show, the manga is so good. Like, at first I didn't even realize it was a manhwa. Like I was just reading it like a normal, and then I realized, oh, it's left to right, not right to left. I realized that as I was reading, so then I figured out it's a manhwa, not a manga. Anyways, so the show starts off, I mean the manga starts off, it's just like the casual what you see, like the first chapter's got to be kind of interesting, so a bit of sex here and there, and just kind of spicing things up. Well, then we see that Lynn's state is explained further, and then Mel as a character is more flushed out. Then we get listing the characters like Crystal and Grace. At first, like I used to always get confused between who is on the show right now. Grace and Crystal sometimes do look very similar to me. Well, anyways, moving forward, then you see that why is Mel so stone-hearted? And the manhwa portrays it in a way which is very realistic. Like I can see why both of them led to the situation that is. Well, the antagonist, or really not the antagonist, or you could see the ex-lover of Mel is Sue. Like it's a very relatable situation. I could see why either of them had extreme feelings about the other person. Like it led to the show saying that Sue wanted to get married to a guy, even though Mel and Sue both of them were in a relationship. And so then, like, Mel was like, the fuck is this? Like, I have personally given you all my love. Like, you can't just say that you want to marry someone else and be like, oh no, like, I'm gonna marry him, but just for the sake of marrying, I'm still going to be with you. Well, as you can see in the show, it's shown that it is actually just a scene thing. Like, they don't actually take it very seriously. But then, if you think as a person, how could you, just think that you can't just bring it all of a sudden and be like, I want to get married. Like, it doesn't happen like that. And like, I could also see why Sue gets so angry and gets a complex about being like, superiority complex, because like she was like, bro, like you don't trust me. So that's it. So then the manga, like, fast forward a bit, few events happen. It's a bit dramatic, of course, because it's like, it has to have it is a short manga. It takes around 8 hours to complete, which is actually really really short for a manhwa. Like, I love reading kind of longer mangas, which, because it's harder to write a longer manga than a shorter, but no, the hard feelings that the manga is short, that's why it's good. So fast forward a few things. Sue gets into the picture. You see that, Lin and like Mel, Lin, the relationship starts with like Lin being like, I propose you a terms and condition. I'm like, if you end up falling in love with me, I'll have you do my surgery. And like the condition was like, only then she let her, she wanted her to give a reason. So then, things happen. They end up falling in love with each other, which is quite, I really felt very happy reading throughout this. Like, this is one of the ones which shows like I was actually happy for both of them. Like, I wasn't like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's kind of extreme. No, I was genuinely happy for the characters. The show is going good. Then the antagonist comes, Sue. Then she just starts fucking things up. Then the thing which I really didn't like about it is when she faked the report of another person of the heart transfer, the heart transfer, like the heart which is more compatible to the other person. That was personally bullshit to me. But then, like, then you see as a Lin, like, she loves Mel so much, yet you see her that she cares about her. It's not only just that she wants her to love, she genuinely cared about her. So like when she heard about Sue, that if Mel and they're in a relationship, a lot of bad things could happen to her. Mel could end up losing her job. She could be in court for legal reasons, and that's what Sue kind of blackmailed her, or like put her in the corner. And then Lynn had to be the character she is, being the person she is. She didn't care. She's like, I need to protect Mel. So she ends up breaking up with Mel, saying that this was all just a game to her. Obviously not, it wasn't a game. But yeah, and then Mel kind of figures it out, like this is all for sudden, like this wouldn't just happen. So you see Mel goes up to and confronts Sue, and then Sue is like, oh yeah, of course, like like if you want it that badly, I can make it happen. And then as we've seen in the show, Sue has kind of a superiority complex. She wants to be the person who dominates. She wants to be the one who wants to be looked upon. And so then that's what she always wanted to dominate Mel after that. And so then you see that she gives conditions, like if you let me do whatever you want, I will let the surgery happen. So then things happen. She, like Mel, of course, like she also truly loves her. And so then she decides that everything for Mel, everything for Lynn, whatever happens, she is ready to give up her own body just to be with Lynn. So that happens, and then I'm so happy that I forgot the girl's name, the blue haired chick. she was making out with her, but then she realized that yeah, this is going too far, this is against consent. So then she stops it and then she tells all the real things about it. And then my one of my favorite things about this show was the Mr. Buns, the bear, which was, I think it was, yeah, it was the rabbit which was given to Lynn by Mel. That was just so good. Like like the whole show revolves around heart, like just love in capturing like heart. And so like this show gives a deeper meaning to her, Mel being a heart doctor. It gives a deeper meaning to that by like in putting love in that thing, and like always indulging the heart concept, like always bringing out that the show is not only just like you can physically see it's talking about heart as a physical organ too. And so then Mr. Barnes, as you had seen, it was probably my favorite confession in a manga or a manhwa so far. You've had the well, like the one in Shishinbuta Yarova Bunny Girl Senpai, in which you know Azugawa, I keep forgetting his name. He like has to like propose in the middle of the school. You've seen a lot of different ones, but this was probably one of the most sweetest and the one which had a lot of backstory in it. So that happened. Really happy, like Mel's like she was like put your ears next to Mr. Buns and then heart, and you'll hear his heartbeat. And that heartbeat obviously was the jingle of the rings. So she gets the ring, sees Lane sees that Mel, yes, Mel still does love her, and then she goes to the hospital to see where Mel is, and then she finds no, she finds Grace over there, or Crystal. I think it was Crystal. Either one of them. She finds either one of them, and then then Grace or Crystal was like, she already left. She's going to New Town. She's moving out. And so then you see Lynn just rush and tell his brother. And by the way, very big shout out to his brother. Like Rennie, I love him as a character. Like he absolutely did a really good job. Like him as a character, he had the perfect supporting character. He is probably one of the best side characters. Like him actually played a big role. Like he actually like understood. Like, he was not being a dick about it, rather being like like he was a good side character. That's all what I wanted. Well, that happens. Lynn rushes to the this thing rushes to the airport to see Mel. Bit of drama over here and there. You just gotta see that. That happens. She finds her, and yeah, pretty much after that, it's all happily after ever. I would have really enjoyed if there was an epilogue for Lynn and Mel rather than Crystal and Mel. I'm happy that at least there's kind of like an epilogue where we not epilogue, but we see a backstory of how closely related Crystal and Mel were. So I'm quite happy about that. And by the way, one again, like two things which I did kind of like put at the end was that the accident with the guy who kind of raped this thing Grace. That was also a big thing. That was like not. I just felt that was for the drama. That really didn't bring much to the story. And the other was really drama focused, and like a lot of people had mixed feeling about it. Where you had the show, you had the part where which you had seen like Mel was where she was out for shopping, and then you see her that there's an apple drops, she picks it up, and the little girl is right next to her, and then you see two cars just dashing right into her. And the show ends with her glasses kind of broken and fallen down next to the apple. And then we get the thing that they make us think that Mel probably has maybe she died. And like I was like, at that point it did fucking get me. I was like, fuck, I don't remember seeing an NTR tag on this shit. And then luckily it didn't have an NTR tag, and I was quite happy. Yeah, it's kind of sad that the character, which she barely had like 2-3 times she'd shown the character, she just came to die. Well, anyways, the surgery then happened, goes fine. And then and that's pretty much it. Like, you should really read it. Like, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's one of my favorite yuris, or maybe even a 9.5. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. And this is one of the, one of those yuris which I recommend. A lot of yuris are like a fuck fest, or like it's just like for the hell of it, like people just want to see some good shit. No, but this is actually some good wholesome manhwa. Well, that happened. Really, really liked it. And this is one thing which made it super good for me. It's hard to find manhwas online. And like, I'm still in the phase of which, like, I live in a place where it's hard to find manga itself. Like, forget about manhwas. Like, it's hard to get a manga itself. So, like, the only book which I have is for like 2 3 series. I have very less mangas because, like, and right now I can't even buy anything. Like, it's coronavirus, of course. I can't go out and buy anything. So, one big shout out which made this series 10 times better for me are the comments section. Like, I kid you not. Like, the comments section on the online manga, like, online reading manga is next level. And there's one guy who I want to give big shout outs to. I don't know where he is, but get this man. His name is Travin Martins. Get him. Somebody get in contact with him. He does not have the right to be so funny all the time. Like, his favorite line, I'll throw up, like, I'll put a picture of it on the the video right now. I don't remember exactly, but it went something like dot, like, something something something, then they tumble and mumble. Like, me saying it right now isn't very funny, but like, if you read it right, it fucking makes sense. And like, the chapter, like, right before that chapter, you see, like, Lynn, I believe Lynn, oh no, I think Mel tumbles onto Lynn, and then of course you know what's gonna happen. So like, they make out, so then they tumble and mumble. Of course, I know it's not that funny, but I just found it really funny. And like, this man, he just made the manga like so much better for me. Like, I would literally be like, I would read the comments. I'm like, okay, I need to see this guy. Like, I need to see if he commented. So Travin Martins, if you're there, I need to get with you. Anyways, that's it for me. My next video, I don't know which, probably is going to be a domestic girlfriend chapter 272 review. Stay tuned for that. That's been pretty much it for me. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. It's me, Xcalii, and peace out, guys. Oh shit, I forgot to press the stop button. Okay, just see you guys, but like, go fucking read the manga. Just go read it.